Hello everyone, Michael here from Two Dads Talk Games with another Too Long Didn't Read guide for World of Warcraft. This time on the block it's the Blood Death Knight, so let's just get into it. Quick warning before we do start, this is simply a basics guide and my recommendations for a new Blood Death Knight looking to get a feel for the class. In this episode we're going to start with the talents, which will simply be based on ease of use and nothing more. At level 56 you're going to want to take Heartbreaker for the passive runic power gain on Heartstrike. At level 57 you'll want to take Rapid Decomposition for more damage on your death and decays, and again more runic power generation. At level 58 you're going to want Ossuary for a larger runic power pool and less runic power consumed on your main ability, Deathstrike. At level 60 you're going to want Red Thirst, which is a reduced cooldown on your main damage reduction ability, which is always useful. At level 75 you're going to want Tightening Grasp, which will allow you to gather up AoE pulls much more frequently. At level 90 you're going to want Foul Bulwark, which if you keep your bone shield up, this can provide up to 20% more health. At level 100 your default will be Purgatory, as it will save your life once every 4 minutes provided that your healers can catch up in a short window. Next up is the stats you'll want to aim for in the priority order. This will be based solely on survivability and not DPS. Now I know we all like that DPS, but as a tank your main goal is to survive. First up is going to be Haste, which increases your attack speed and runic power regeneration, which allows you to use your abilities faster. Second, you're going to want to aim for Versatility, as this is a flat damage and healing increase as well as a flat damage reduction. Three things a Death Knight definitely needs. Thirdly will be your Mastery, as this will give you a larger damage absorb shield when you use your Death Strike. Again, your main ability. Finally, Critical Strike gives you a chance to deal double damage on your attacks, but also increases your parry chance, which is why it's at the bottom, because those two things aren't necessarily super favorable. So briefly, now let's go over the gems, enchants, and consumables. For your gems, your first slot is going to be 200 strength, and then the remainder of your gem slots will be 150 haste. For your neck enchant, you're going to want to go with Mark of the Heavy Hide. Again, these are expensive, however the armor proc is worth it. For your back enchant, you're going to want to get strength, and for your ring enchants, you're going to want to get haste. Since DKs can rune forge their weapon, you'll want Fallen Crusader, as the strength increase is always nice, but the chance to heal is even better. Finally, the consumables you want to use are Flask of 10,000 Scars. The almost 2,000 stamina is always nice. The food you're going to want to eat is the highest level of haste food that you can buy or cook. And for your potions, you're going to want to pre-pot with a prolonged power, as they are cheaper. They give you a little bit of damage boost and also that little extra bit of survivability. And then you're going to want to use an unbending potion if you need another survivability cooldown. Armor based, of course. So finally, let's go into the playstyle of the Blood Death Knight. So essentially, you're going to want to use your Marrow Rend in order to keep your bone shield stacks above 5 at all times in order to make use of the Ossuary talent. Use your spare runes on Heartstrike, or if you need to build up a lot of runic power really fast in anticipation of a Death Strike. You want to be reactionary with your Death Strikes when your health dips. So it recovers a health based on the amount of damage that you took over the last 5 seconds to a minimum of 10% of your maximum health. Both Consumption, which is your artifact ability, and Death and Decay you'll want to use on cooldown. The only time this is not true is if you know that there is an AoE pull coming up very soon or an AoE pack that you need to gather. Save both of those. Which brings me to Gorfiend's Grasp, which is an AoE taunt pulling everything towards you, which is always nice. As for cooldowns, use Anti-Magic Shield when you know there is a magic burst incoming. Icebound Fortitude when you know high damage is incoming, either physical or magic, as it provides a flat 30%. Vampiric Blood is a proactive defensive cooldown when you know there's big damage incoming as well. Or you can use it reactively when you dip low in health, as there is a healing increase on it as well. And lastly, Dancing Rune Weapon is not really huge. It's a bit of a DPS cooldown actually. The only added bonus that it does give you, let me just drop my bone shield, is when you use it, if you use a Marrow Rend right after, you'll see I instantly gained 10 stacks of bone shield, as opposed to the 3 you'd normally get. So it's almost nice to just use it right on pull to get those bone shield stacks up right away. So if this guide at all was helpful, be sure to leave a comment, hit that like button, get subscribed for more videos like this in the future. And if you want, you can hit us up on Twitter at 2dadstalkgames. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.